Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write some sentences, and the idea is to see kind of how quickly one can see what the message is. So I'm going to put it all in capitals like this, and I'm going to write it down, and then I'm going to basically go through it. Okay. Okay, and these yeah. So I'm just going to write it down, and it's kind of like I guess it would probably be interesting in a sense to see. That's that. All right, so there's the first sentence, and that's actually the most difficult. So I'm going to go from most difficult to easiest here. So yeah, so now we're going to do and there's going to be four in total that I'm going to do here. This is all just like an intro to the series, I suppose, and then of course I'm going to talk about it in a minute. So we've got this one now. So this is going to be that. And we're going to do that. Okay, so yeah, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on here. I'm going to put some names to things, and we're going to see what's going on with this. Okay. Okay, so I remember, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try to do them as quickly as I can now, because this is obviously at this stage it's a lot kind of easier at this stage. So yeah, and then like I say, I'm going to all right. So yeah, so it's obviously quite simple at this stage, and we'll just put the last one in very briefly here. We've got this here. Okay. Okay. So what I've done is okay, so the first thing that we're going to speak about here. So obviously, yeah, I mean, realistically, it'd be pretty hard not to get it by this stage, I'd imagine. But it's hard. I mean, I guess I can't say, and I guess I knew what the information was anyway. Interestingly, what I decided to do. So this is obviously going to be. This is kind of like a class of things that we're going to call. These are transposition ciphers. This is transpo, that's what they're called. And these are kind of like the simplest ones you can get, really. And yeah, so you have like, and you can give sort of indicators by naming the different ciphers. So I'm going to so let's put all the names of everything down here then. So yeah, I mean it should be obvious by now. So I'm not gonna. It's not so. But still, I mean, if it's not obvious, it's still you know, it's worth looking at the names perhaps and seeing it. But like I say, yeah, I think it is pretty obvious. But looking at it, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, you can kind of see in the random split cipher what's going on. So let me just write down the names of these. And this is Rev word cipher. So these, like I say, these are the simplest ones. And I'm just going to sort of go through them all. I'm not going to talk too much about you know, other things. I just want to actually look at these things more so than anything else, rather than, you know, going to any kind of deep discussion about anything else. All right. So yeah, so we can see the differences here. So the words here, 5 hexing wizard bots jump quickly. So that is the so the message. We'll just write it up here. The message is going to be 5 hexing wizard bots jump quickly. And what we've got here is a variety of ways to use ciphers to kind of obfuscate the text, to make it more difficult to read. And of course, if this is sort of like a message from one person to another, you could perhaps tell them the name of this thing, or if there was some sort of agreement that knew that this was going to be the case, then it would be easy to understand this. So the random split cipher, as you can see, what you do is you maintain the maintain the sentence, but you create splits in kind of the most awkward sort of places. So, for instance, I mean, I could have done things slightly differently. For instance, this may have made things more difficult if I'd done it like that. But even so, but you create different, and so you can create different. So there's different numbers of letters here. With kind of the aim to obfuscate the text. And that's kind of the simplest one, just a random split. So randomly splitting up the text at places, try kind of inopportune places. So, so it's nice to have, so for instance, in the middle here, it's more difficult because you've got a lot of consonants here, and that is not so great. This incidentally is actually it's something called a pangram, which is kind of like an attempt to. It's not a perfect pangram, but there's not many of those, and they're barely readable. But it's a good one nonetheless. And yeah. So anyway, so that's the random split cipher. Then the next one is the rev word cipher. So what the rev word cipher does is it maintains the words in their original position, but it reverses the letters of the words. So in fact, simply doing that is actually quite an effective technique, as you can see. So all the words are in their original position, but simply the letters of each word have been reversed. So there's that. Then we have the rev all cipher. Just put a cipher here. One more time down here as well. Okay, so the rev all cipher is basically you reverse the sentence, and yeah, but keeping all the kind of positions in a certain, but all the words in the same grouping. So yeah, the whole message is written in reverse, word by word. So that's the essence. So as you can see, yeah. And I suppose if you were trying to look at, you could see things like the Q and the U and things like that. But yeah, I mean that's a pretty good one as well. But the best one is right at the bottom there, which is the rev random cipher, which puts the whole lot in the whole sentence in reverse, and it's actually the most secure cipher out of all of them. But obviously not out of all of them, but they are the ones that I've listed on this page. So as you can see, this sentence here looks, it really, it doesn't seem to make any sense at all. And yeah, it'll be, I'd imagine it's quite difficult to see what the sentence is from that. But like I say, so this is sort of like, this is the first episode of this series. I'm going to move on to more difficult stuff, but I just wanted to get in with this stuff. And yeah, so until next time, thanks for watching.